Welcome and thank you so much for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your March 2020 tarot card reading. This is for your sun sign, your moon, or even your ascendant. It just really depends on what feels right for you. So feel free to watch the other videos if you'd like as well. And before we get into this month's reading, I just want to let you know that you can download your free 3-card tarot spread down beneath this video. You can also reach out to me for a one-to-one consultation. I'd be more than happy to work with you. But without further ado, let's get into the cards and see what they hold for you this month. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your March 2021 tarot card reading. Thank you so much for joining me for this month, Virgo. So we're going to pull 3 cards this month to see what's going on for you, and then finish off with one of our energy oracle cards. So the first card for you this month, Virgo, is the Star. So congratulations. This is really, really positive. The Star heralds good news, good fortune, and just a host of good things coming into our lives. Unlike the Sun, when this can be an unexpected windfall, the Star is actually something that we've really worked hard for. So I like to think of this card as a bit of a mathematical equation. You know, here we have 3 stars. I think of this as the effort, Virgo, that you're putting into something. And then in the middle, we've got the manifestation process, where your actions and your thought processes are melding and mixing together to create something. And then we have here the output, which is the results coming into fruition. So this is something that you've been working hard towards. It could be in terms of your career. It could be in terms of, attracting a life partner to you. It could also be something to do with your own self-esteem and your self-development. You really, I feel, will have a breakthrough moment this month, Virgo. The month of March is going to be a month where that confidence really shines through because of all of the hard work, effort you've put into something. So congratulations, you've put in that work. The next card that comes up for you here is the King of Wands. So for some of you, this will symbolize a male in your life, or somebody who has what we would call typically masculine energies about them. So it can be female. I know I myself carry a lot of masculine energy at times. This can also be true if you're a fire sign. This person's likely to be a fire sign, someone who is very creative, who can really help you on your way in terms of your goals, in terms of your career, and anything to do with your passions, your life purpose, your goals. So keep a lookout for typically an older male who could give you some help in this direction. If it doesn't represent a person in your life, the King of Wands is somebody who, yes, he is creative and that energy is there, but it's also a card of delegating, standing up for yourself, saying, well, actually, I'm not going to do this work. I'm going to delegate it to somebody else, because this means that you're really stepping into your power this month, Virgo. You're not taking on the challenge of everything. You're feeling quite confident to ask for some assistance. And it's not because you're not capable of doing the things on your own. It's just that, why should you have to carry the burdens of everybody, particularly if this is to do with the family situation? So I feel this month you're going to be a bit more outspoken in terms of what your needs are and what your expectations are. This may shock some people, but I think it's really necessary and good for you. The next card that comes out for you for the month of March is the 3 of Swords here, but this guy's reversed. So I feel this really softens the blow a bit of the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords typically is about feeling lost in some way. In general, this usually is to do with a relationship. So this could be a close friendship. Maybe there's been a breakdown in a family dynamic, or maybe it is that you've been through a breakup in terms of a love life question. For some people, again, this can symbolize a divorce or going separate ways. But because it's reversed, I feel like this is something that is needed. For some of you, Virgo, it's going to be stuff from the past, grief from the past, just coming back up, because I feel like you're firing on all cylinders this month. You've got a lot of great things going for you. And for some of you, it's going to be maybe people passed in your life who you really cared about, and you kind of want to share your joy with them. And you might get those moments where you think, oh, I'll just call, you know, my mom, my dad, my gran, and they're no longer on this planet. And that feeling can just, you know, creep up on any of us that have lost someone. We forget for that moment. And it's like, oh, you know, there's that sense of, that's such a shame. But you can tell them the good news. You can tell them the good news within your mind. You could say it out loud. I believe that, you know, they can hear it and that they'll be joyful and happy for you. If this is about a relationship that hasn't worked out, that you're kind of wondering about the reasons why, I think the best thing to do is just to kind of let it run its natural conclusion. Sometimes in life people come back to us, and other times things are just done. But I think inaction is the best course of action this month in terms of, if we feel like we've lost someone, let's just see how it pans out, because it sounds a bit cliche and it doesn't always help, but sometimes these things are, you know, meant for a reason. So yes, there may be a few feelings of loss that come up this month, but I feel they're really balanced out by the new exciting projects that are coming your way. And that's something to really hold on to. So yes, you may have your moments, Virgo, this month where you just feel like pulling the duvet over your head, but they won't be many and they'll be very fleeting. So that's definitely something to celebrate, I feel. And we would not be human if we didn't have an array of emotions. We can't expect a whole month to be absolutely, you know, perfect, can we? So that's just a little bit of something that might creep in. Your energy card for this month, Virgo, is all tied up, and we have this woman here. She's in this forest, and it looks like a beautiful forest actually, but she's kind of a bit restricted. Even though these things are progressing in your life, there may be other areas where you feel a bit like you're not being able to express fully who you are. This could be in terms of your personality. It could be in terms of your style. You know, for some of you, it's going to be as simple as you want to dye your hair a crazy colour, and your friends or family might say, oh, I don't know whether that will suit you. And you think, oh, I can't express myself. For others of you, it's going to be to do with your relationships. Maybe you meet someone who's not quite your typical type. You're wondering about how people are going to react to it. And there's a sort of, you know, tentativeness about opening up about this new person. It could also be in the workplace. You have an idea, but maybe you're a bit fearful of bringing it up, or you're not feeling like you can break through that barrier. You know, some of you will think, well, I deserve a bit of a promotion here. Worked really hard, particularly through COVID. And there's something that's stopping you asking for it. This is where we come back to this card, the King of Wands. It's that old saying, those that shout the loudest get the most. And yes, we don't want to fall into arrogance. We don't want to fall into just being so militant that we don't see anybody else's point of view. But at the same time, Virgo, this is about letting some more of your fieriness come out, particularly if you are feeling a bit tied up, a bit, you know, stuck in a rut. Tell people. You might not have the words actually to describe what it is that you're wanting from somebody. And if that is the case, I would just take your time in figuring out, you know, the problem that you're having with this person. It could be a friend who you don't feel is 100% there for you, but you can't necessarily give examples to them of what you mean. And that can be really difficult when we can't verbalize our thoughts and feelings into something that, you know, can be a discussion. So take your time, figure out exactly what the root of the problem is. There's no need to rush here. And then when you do, please vocalize that, because those words have power. You know, you speaking your truth has power. But on the whole, I think you're going from strength to strength, especially in terms of your confidence. It's been knocked. It will be a little bit knocked here and there in March, but on the most part, you're really claiming back your own power, and I'm really excited for you guys because of that. Well, there you have your March 2020 tarot card reading. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing this space with me. Again, if you would like to have your digital tarot card reading, you can find that in the description box beneath this video, as well as your free 3-card tarot. But until we speak again next month, take care and stay safe. Alyssa.